Good morning. Well, we're very fortunate. We're on the first tee here, which is perfectly suited for what I want to address today, and that's the power of expectation. Lesson number 7 in playing lessons, living lessons from the heart of the game. Everything in my mind comes from the heart, generated from the heart through the mind and body to allow things to happen. That has a lot to do with expectation. There's nowhere on a golf course that we have more expectation than on the first tee. We get to the first tee and we have wonderful thoughts of what may happen in the day, and that's a great expectation. We also have concern and expectation of possible problems. Depending on which way we shift our brain, the expectation will affect our results. So we want to be careful not to overestimate one way or the other fear of failure or opportunity and possibility for success. The more we predict that, the more our expectation will overcome our sensibility. So expectation has to be in alignment with that intuition that I've been speaking about, that intuitive sensibility of feeling a flow of a golf swing and connection with the golf ball. This hole presents a number of different situations on it that will create and distort our expectation. First of all, on the left side of this green, there's a large drop-off down to the left. There's also a weedy area on the left with reeds and swamp in it, and on the right there are 2 bunkers that are obvious and some tall trees protecting the right side of the green. So it requires an expectation that has to shift into the consistency of mind, body, and spirit connection in the flow of the golf club, and trust, high level of trust and faith, going back to those themes that run through this whole series. So I'm going to set up. I've already taken a few practice swings, so I feel pretty comfortable. The pin is on the back, so there's about a club and a half difference from the front of this green to the back of the green. So we have to have enough club that our expectation isn't shadowed by not feeling we have enough club to make the shot. That'll distort us. So I'll square up, make a shot, 1 or 2 shots to give you a feeling, and the feeling I had in making the shot. So again, I'm going to continue to repeat this all through the series, the importance of setting the club first and then setting yourself around the club. So I'll square the club to the line, set my feet, set my body, and set my posture, and trust the swing. Nice smooth takeaway, and trust the flow. Looks pretty good. Okay, a little short, so I may, because I feel I have enough club, what I may have done there is overcharged it a little bit and disconnected my lever. Let's hit one more with a little bit more trust in the flow. I'm going to just tee that a little bit lower. What I did there is I sensed the ball was a little high. I didn't calculate it, I just felt it. That feels a lot better. And I perfectly released. Ball's hit on the right side of the green, is trickling down to the hole. Looks like a good shot. Let's get down and see what we find there. And also I want to demonstrate a shot that's very difficult that has to do with expectation. So we'll make a couple of putts and then I'll go to the specialty shot I want to introduce today. Okay, that was a very good example. I hit 2 golf balls there. The first one I overcooked because a little bit and actually came up short. The second one was right on point to where I wanted to hit the ball. So my expectation followed through on acceptance. That's the next video we'll be talking about, the power of acceptance. So my expectation was within my level of acceptance of what I wanted to accomplish. That's perfect alignment. Now I want to cover a couple of other things just briefly. In the morning in particular when you're playing, a lot of times I made a good ball mark here. I fixed the ball mark, and we actually now have ball mark repairers that have a ball marker in it, which is very handy, so you might want to look for one of those. The reason I bring that up is when you hit in the morning, a lot of times you can get some mud on the ball from the ball hitting, and our greens have just been top dressed slightly with sand. So I'll mark the ball, and I'm going to clean the ball with the towel. So you bring a towel with you on the hole in the morning so that you can do that. If you get any sand or dirt between the ball and the club face, it's going to deaden the stroke. So we'll square up this ball with the hole, remove the marker, and set up. Now, my expectation here, based on what I see, is the green is sloping slightly right to left, so I'm going to feel, if you would, the flow of that green, how it's going to curve. Sometimes I'll even take my hand and kind of feel it as if I was tossing the ball out, and I would follow it through of what it feels like to the hole. That's instilling in me a sensitivity to allow the expectation to be in alignment with that sensitivity. So this power of expectation is very, very strong and can dramatically affect the quality of your scoring and your play. All right, so we'll square up here. Set my putter square to the line that I want the ball to roll on. Make a nice smooth stroke. I'm ever so slightly uphill at first and then downhill to the hole. I'm going to just take that into consideration, but I'm not going to let expectation overcome my sensibility. Nice smooth stroke now. Okay. I underestimated the brake slightly on that one, and I also hit it a little slower than I needed to. I didn't take as much into consideration about the wetness of the green. So let's hit one more, sensitizing myself and changing my expectation. Looks better. Still a little low. For sake of this particular shot, I want to just demonstrate one more so you can see how much you can underestimate through expectation the break of the green. This green is much more severe than I thought. So I'm going to change my expectation of the flow. Just missed high on the high side. So you can see how that change of attitude, what I'm thinking about, and what I install in my subconscious mind will allow my expectation to be realized. That's a very good example of 3 putts that acted differently based on expectation. Okay, we'll wrap up. I want to show you one specialty shot that can come up particularly on this hole. So we'll wrap this one, and then in a moment I'll be back with this specialty shot that I need to talk about. All right, I wanted to demonstrate this shot even though I was able to play the hole pretty well in its normal way. A lot of times your expectation on this shot, particularly when the pin is at the back, as I explained in the earlier part of this video, you will overcook the shot, you'll overswing. That'll cause your shoulders to turn or rotate rather than turn, and you'll pull the ball to the left. Very common to see people on this first hole down here. Now you're in a very deep, quick drop-off from the green itself. Now I've already gone up to the top and I've looked at the distance that I have to traverse from the edge of the green to the hole. I've assessed what the ball may do from experience. Remember, experience is one of the character builders in golf. You have to hit a lot of shots like this to really get there. But I wanted to talk about the expectation. So when I was up there, I sensed, I didn't try to calculate it, but I sensed what the ball might do coming up. Because I'm pitching up to the green, I have a problem in that I have to get the ball up and onto the green. So let's hit this shot and see what happens. Okay, my expectation there was false. Okay, so I tried to just barely get it over the hill and didn't make it. What I need to do is take the club back a little further than I thought I needed to get it up and over. So my expectation was distorting my sensibility. Try this one more time. That could be better. I may have pulled it a little to the left, but I knew that it had a break. So I think we can probably use that shot. I don't think I have to hit one more to help you understand expectation from this situation. So we'll wrap with this. We're going to go on to the next video, which is the power of acceptance.